Your personal brand, are you building or destroying it? You may be like, Modesty, you're so dramatic with your titles. I am not being dramatic. Hello, everybody. We are on day 2 on becoming a powerful personal brand. So, what I put out on YouTube was your personal brand. Are you building or destroying it? I put out a quote in my post today from Warren Buffett. I mean, he just has these short sentences that just, whew, he says that it could take 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to tear it down. So when you think about that, you kind of sober up and are really deliberate about what personal brand you're putting out there. So, what does talking about reputation have to do with your personal brand? Well, your personal brand is the image and impression that people have of you, right? And so, whatever image or impression people have, they live with that, they experience that, they talk about that. And after a while, that is your personal brand. So, now I want today to talk about how we can build our personal brand. Because usually people wait to ask, hey, what do people think about my application? What do people think about my business? What do people think about me personally? We can't afford to do that. I had somebody in class who asked me 2 master plan classes ago, asked me, what if your past was a little dicey? What if you had a bad reputation, but you've changed, right? You've turned over a new leaf and you want to do things better. What if people still remember the old you, and then here you are, ta-da, trying to get a job, trying to do business, and people are like, I remember you. She said, so what then? What do you do then? And I said, honestly, this is what you do with personal branding. So let me give you the definition of personal branding as I started it yesterday. Personal branding is an intentional, it is your intentional, ongoing process of creating a specific image or impression of yourself in the minds of others. So, because it is an ongoing process, whatever you were, whatever you did, however things didn't work out, because you know what? Sometimes people act like they're not human. Did you get that? Sometimes people act like they're not human, act like there wasn't ever a time in their lives that they fell from grace and they needed some grace from other people to believe that they can change, evolve, and better themselves. Which is why sometimes you don't really want to, amen, this started early today. You don't always want to be around the people who knew you back then, the people who saw you a certain way back then. Because back then, you are a work in process. I mean, we're continuously a work in process. Back then, they may not know the you there is now. So if all people know and see and allow themselves to see is you back then, that could work against you. I remember this scripture where Jesus said, you know what, a prophet, is esteemed well, is respected anywhere but where they came from. I'm paraphrasing here. So to answer her question, what do you do when from before to now, your reputation hasn't been good. Maybe you haven't been that invested at work. Maybe you haven't done well. And so that is the image and impression people have of you. What do you do if you had destroyed your reputation? What do you do if you have destroyed your personal brand? Well, because it is, personal branding is an intentional. So you are being intentional about this because it is an intentional, ongoing process of creating a specific image or impression of yourself in the minds of others. You can then choose to now choose what you want to be known for, and then start the process of creating this new image and impression that you want people to have. Personal branding is basically teaching people how to view you, teaching people how to engage with you. Personal branding is you planting seeds of the person you want to portray to them in their minds. That sounds so manipulative to me right about now. That sounds so put on. Like, is that even legal? Yes, it is. Businesses do it. Politicians do it. Thank you very much. Media personalities do it. Sometimes even in royal families and where people are bequeathing or inheriting roles and responsibilities, they start creating a certain public image of the successor. I mean, even businesses do this as well, so that the people that they seek to create a certain image and impression of can accept the successor as much as they did the predecessor. So it is not uncommon. It is not being sly and slick and being deceitful. It is a very necessary step and package of you being effective in your career and your business. All right, for those who've just tuned in, they're like, who is this lady? What is she talking about? My name is Modesta Mahiga Bogoni. I am your executive leadership coach, career advisor, and business consultant. And this week, starting yesterday, hey Aninka, I started a program, a series on how to become a powerful personal brand. So yesterday was about understanding what personal branding is and knowing that whether you want to or not, whether you created it or you just stumbled upon it, every single person is a brand. You are already a personal brand. People already have a certain image or impression of you, and that image or impression will determine whether or not they just like you or they will do business with you. Now, this is what I want to put out there. I want to put this disclaimer. I want to put this little waiver. Listen, you are not speaking to everybody. Not everybody are your people, which then means if you go and ask the wrong people, who do men say that I am? Do you remember that from the Bible? It's like, oh, that's in the biblical stories. Listen, guys, I'm a born again Christian. Where am I going to get my stories? Where am I going to get my stories? It's either Jesus or my racked up life where he found me and saved me, cleaned me up, and put me in front of this screen. So listen, there is this incident where Jesus asked his disciples, who do men say that I am? And people are like, okay, some people say you're this, some people say you're that, some people say, and it's like, okay, you know what? Let them say what they will because they are not my target audience. Then he turns to them. He says, who do you say that I am? And they said, you are the Christ, the Son of the living God. And he said, you got it. Okay, obviously he didn't say you got it, but then he affirmed that, oh, good. My target audience knows who I am. My target audience knows what I'm about. My target audience knows the purpose for which I exist, the values in which I live, my vision, and how I'm going to achieve it. That's enough for me. So that's the waiver. That's the disclaimer. As you're building your personal brand, which is what today is about, please understand you were not created. You are not brought here to speak to everybody. You will go crazy when you try to speak to everybody, when you try to explain yourself and justify yourself, and you find that, all kinds of people have all kinds of reactions. You need to be very clear, and we'll go back to that today. You need to be very clear about who your people be. Your people are the people who you have identified, whether your people are people who you aspire to connect with, or they're people who have a certain challenge that you feel you are uniquely created, you're uniquely positioned, you're uniquely skilled to help them solve. Those are your people. Not all people are your people. So do not mind when those people that are not your people don't quite get you. There is a tribe, your tribe, and it is your job to identify them so that you can create a personal brand that gives them the image and impression that you wanted them to have in their minds about you. People, I feel like preaching. Can I get an amen? Somebody. All right, let's get to building our personal brands today. Hi, is that Emmanuel, Excella, and Ninka and Anna Maria? Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, my peeps. So in building your personal brand, I'm giving you a simple exercise. And like I said, every time I show up, please, my people, every time I show up, I expect somebody to have a notepad and pen. Please do this each time we communicate and fellowshipeth togethereth. First thing you're going to do as you're building your personal brand is ask yourself, what do I want to be known for? What do I want to be known for? So I started speaking today, and then at some point I said, I am your executive leadership coach, career advisor, and business consultant. Why am I saying that? And I have to keep remembering to say that because, guys, sometimes I don't remember it. But I need to say that because that's the image, that's the impression that I want you guys to have of me. So I will keep repeating that. I am your, not your, you. You who's watching me, somehow you're moved by what I share. And you think I'm your people because I think you're my people. Well, you're my people? I think you're mine. So I want you to see me as your executive leadership coach, as your career advisor, as your business consultant. And I will keep repeating that and repeating that. Why am I out here not talking about, let me not say this too soon because this might be my next season, man. Why am I out here and not preaching? Right? Like I've got my Bible out. Why am I out here and I'm not solely speaking to women about women's rights, etc.? Why am I not doing that? Because even if I could preach, even if I am a woman that has gone through enough, Lord knows, and I could speak to women and women's issues, that is not what I'm called to. I now and then dabble in both, but I am called to speak to African leaders about their career and business success and living a life of significance and legacy. And so that's what I'll keep showing up to do. That's why you'll find my topics will be about career, they'll be about business, they'll be about personal development and, really creating a powerful brand. I will rotate around those things, always find some angle somewhere, somehow. But that will be what I will mostly speak about. Now, granted, I am about to write, I am writing a book, got 6 more chapters about being a Christian woman, et cetera, et cetera. But, the things that I put out there really are about career and business. And so it is important when you're asking yourself, what do I want to be known for? Thank you, Anna Maria. What I want to be known for, that you are clear. And that clarity, I'll go back to yesterday's lesson. Listen, if you didn't get to watch it, when you go to Purpose and Excellence on YouTube, I have a playlist. So I've arranged things so that you guys aren't just going through 105 videos. I have a playlist that is called Become a Powerful Personal Brand. And in there is yesterday's session on what is, personal branding. And you will see what I lay down as the fundamentals. And I'll just go back to the fundamentals just a little bit, because after all, we are building a foundation today, right? We are building a personal brand. This is how you can brainstorm. You can reflect on what you want to be known for. Ask yourself, what are my values? What are those non-negotiables? Do not go there. As soon as I said that, I thought of Anika. Do not go there. Do not go there. So it's saying, I value myself to be such. This is how I conduct myself, and this is how I expect people to conduct themselves. This is how far I will go in a certain endeavor and no further. And this is how far I'll allow people to, to conduct themselves by me and no further. So these are your values. These are your standards. These are your principles. It could be your moral code as well for life. And also your purpose. Why did I put purpose second? Because sometimes people wake up to their purpose after having lived for a while, and then they see the things that were that they found themselves constantly being involved in, constantly being pulled to associate themselves in. After a while, they then taking stock of the entire life say, this is what my life's purpose is. Because this issue's always tugged at my heartstrings. Because I'm always ready to support in this area. I never see the time go. I never even notice, how much I'm investing myself when it comes to this issue. So this is my purpose. But sometimes people don't get to find out early enough. And so if I really focus on you getting to know your purpose and you haven't found it yet, you might feel stuck, when I really just want you to know that it is a step, it is a critical one. And I can help you find out. By the way, you can email me, hello@modesta.africa, and we can talk about it. But Just start with your values, your non-negotiable values, and then think of your vision. So, who am I? Where am I going? What do I want to do? And for whom? There's also a video on that playlist on Purpose and Excellence YouTube channel. There's a video on your target audience. Please, please, please watch that because it's important. You're not called to everybody, you're not called to do everything. There's some things you may even be able to do, but they're just not the thing that you feel, that you want to do. So please be aware of that. And the things that maybe it's an area you're called to, but you don't want to do everything in that area. Well, you can get other people. One of my mentors, hey, shout out to Femi Oba Femi Banibe. He said, Modesta, staff your weaknesses. Where you are weak in certain areas, get other people whose strengths, lie in those areas, and you can partner in something. You're not going to do everything, guys. Even if you could, 24 hours, one person with only so much energy. So, as you are asking yourself, what are my values? What is my purpose? Why do I exist? Why am I here? What is my vision? And that's really saying, wait a second, where am I? Oh, this is mine. I saw a notification come in for my husband. I'm like, wait, am I on my husband's platform? No, I am on my own. It is well. When you're looking at your vision, where you want to go and what will it look like when you have done what you mean to do for the people that you're called to successfully. Purpose is always about serving other people, whether you're serving organizations, you're serving individuals, you're serving industries, you're serving governments, you're serving whatever capacity, you're serving a craft, a skill, a product. It is about service. Purpose is about service. Therefore, your vision of the ultimate aim, where I will get to in life, is about successfully serving your target audience. So when I talk about vision, I am asking you, what will it look like when you have served your target audience successfully? What is that picture? How will life be better for them because you came in and you served them with what it is that you come to bring? So I want you to also think about your vision when you answer the question, what do I want to be known for? Because listen, at some point, you're going to live to be 120 years old. Yes, because Genesis 6:3 said we can. Therefore, that's what I want. 120 years old, and one day you're lying down dead on your casket, and people are filing through, and somebody is reading your eulogy, right? You know what they read when you passed away, and all your life and service and what you did and how great you were. Hopefully, that's what they're going to say, because we're going to build a very good personal brand, a powerful personal brand of impact. People are going to say, this is the transformation he or she brought in her lifetime. Her entire life was dedicated to this cause. We saw that she built many of these things that went and helped people. Our society, our economy, our country, our church, our mosque, our whatever it is, has transformed since, under his or her leadership, right? And so I want you to think of your vision. And I'm not talking about the vision for your business. Yeah, I thought to bring that up. It's not the vision for your business. It's not the vision for the job that you have. It's the vision for your life. Because when I come to talk to you guys, I'm not talking about your thing for now. I'm not talking about the role you have for now, because we live out seasons. We have chapters of our lives. I mean to come into your life and speak to you the one time about the decisions you're making over your life, and you can take the principles, you can take the clarity of your values and purpose and vision and mission for your life and run with it for the rest of your life. So like the master plan class, it is a 10-week program which gives you a 12-month plan to start you off on the journey of a lifetime. Your mission will change with each chapter, each season of your life, and so your goals will also evolve, even if we just start with the 12-month goals. But I want you to understand, when I'm asking you about your vision, I'm talking about the vision of your life. I'm talking about standing at the end of your life and saying, God, you can take me home now. I'm good. I've done what I came here to do. What would that be? So when you think of what do I want to be known for, you're actually thinking about in life. Of course, we'll get to a place where we're talking about your career, right? What I want to be known for now, so that I can get to the next level, whether I want to be an industry expert, or, I want to get into a position where I can get into politics, or I want to get into a position where, I can become the CEO. There is that for now. So you want to be known for the skills, for the attitude, for the knowledge, for the experience. But when I come to talk to you, I really am talking about your personal brand as a person in your field, in your career, in your business, but in your life and your legacy. Deep stuff, my people. We're not doing superficial things here. No, 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 no. This is who you were created to be, what it looks like when you have successfully done that for the people you came to serve. And then now the mission. I should do a whole session on purpose, values, vision, mission. It's coming. I'm sure it'll come out of me. It'll come out of me. Your mission is how you want to fulfill your vision, right? And what I say when I'm working with the executive, clients, or I'm working on the master plan class or any of the programs, what you are comfortable doing, given your lifestyle. Some of us are married with kids, y'all. Given your responsibilities, some people are not just serving in one respect. Given your finances, given your resources, and given how well suited you are to serving your target market for now. So your mission is how you will go about trying to represent women and children. I did a law degree. I got my bar exam. I am an advocate of the High Court of Tanzania. Then at some point I was employed in building people's capacity. And then after that, I had my own, many businesses, 5 businesses. And then now I'm in a situation where I'm able to coach online, and I'm straddling both Africa continental and Africans in the diaspora. And so doing online is the most practical thing for me, except when I get invited to places and I show up physically. At some point, I want to influence policy, to reform human capital, education, opportunity, entrepreneurship, and so on and so forth. You guys don't have to know my plans, but just take it. It'll be leadership. So you see, my mission has changed. My vision remains the same. So I'd like you to also have that ask, because you're thinking about your life. You can't see what God is going to do. You may have a prophecy, you may have a picture, but you can't see the details. And so live out the instructions you have for now. Live out the details you have for now. Live out what you can sustainably continue doing for now. So your values, purpose, vision, mission, they put together can help you answer the first question. You guys are only still on the first question. What do I want to be known for? Because at some point, after you are able to get your values, especially your values, guys, especially your values, then you're not going to be in any context where you're associating with anything that goes against them, right? Because you already know what you want to be known for. So then number 2, after you've asked and answered, what do I want to be known for? By the way, I need to get this comment. Anna Maria says, just like the death of Mama Rogatire, people are now talking a lot about the way she impacted society. Wait, there's more? I hear you, Modi. Impacted the church, she's impacted media, but all of it towards a certain end, and it's to build the kingdom of God. So, I don't want to get into things of faith, etc. Although, that's my motivation, really, to build people up. Let me creating a certain image, a specific image and impression of yourself in the minds of others. And so you want to be very clear then. What kind of values do I need to uphold to create this image that I want? If that is my vision, then what kind of image do I need to have in order to serve those people? So those people, my tribe, can see me as their people. They can see me as a guide. They can see what God has put in me as a solution, that they're seeking. Then number 2, do you currently, this is a mean question, but you guys know I'm not always nice, but I'm good for you. Number 2, do you currently look, speak, act, present, engage in, and excel in what you want to be known for? Do you right now look, speak, act, present, engage in the things, and excel in the things that you want to be known for? So this is my grand vision of life. This is what I would like to do, and I want to do it for these people. I want my life to matter and to make this difference. And when I show up in an organization, that's nice. That's good. So we've got that down. I'm so happy that you are clear about your values and your vision. Now tell me, do you reflect it right now? Do people have that image and impression of yourself that you wanted to build in their minds? Do they have that impression right now? Now, I want to go back to that question that lady asked. She said, listen, what if you've had a bad reputation? What if you weren't, what you now want to be, what you now want to put forward? What if all people know is you before? What do you do then? And I said, listen, it took a while for you to build that reputation, right? Like Warren Buffett said, 20 years to build a reputation, 5 minutes to tear it down. So if it took you a while, it means you kept on speaking, acting, being, and after a while, that's who you became. Then this is what you do. You do not go back to people and say, I've changed. You do not go back to people and try to prove differently. First of all, like I said, not every people are your people. Make sure you're very clear about who your people are. I'm not saying run away from your past. I am saying be very clear about who you are, who you're called to, because you're not called to everybody, and you're not going to serve everything that you can do to people. You need to be crystal clear. This is what I'm doing, and I'm doing it for these specific people. So if these people over here don't get me, don't understand, don't like me, that's fine. I remember somebody asking me, Alan, Rich and Guru asked me, hey, I saw a thumbs down on one of your videos. I'm like, what does that have to do with that? That person did not like the message, did not like me, maybe didn't like my hair. It doesn't matter. But though personal brand, you can't spend time and energy on anything except building. On anything except that which you can control, that which you are responsible for. So what I told her is you do not go back and try to right the wrongs, but now you get crystal clear about who you are and where you are going and what the picture of success is after you have done what you mean to do for the people you are called to, that you are targeting. And then you continue with that intentionality, that ongoing process of creating a specific, because now you are now specific, you now know that specific image and impression of yourself that you want to have in their minds. And without fail, that is the image and impression they will have of you. So if you're saying there was a chapter, we all had chapters. Val, we all had chapters in our lives. We all have chapters, all kinds of things. Some of us here are saved. There are some things we got saved from, real stuff that we needed saving from. But thank God for grace. You can then choose to rise up. You can then choose to reinvent yourself. You can constantly choose to reinvent yourself. I saw a quote yesterday that says, this is your story. Feel free to just, what did you say, to flip the script at any, feel free to flip the script. It is your life. It is your story. So that is what you do. And given the fact that when I'm talking about personal branding, I'm really talking about, yes, we will touch on what it looks like for your next career or business move. But I'm really talking about the type of person you are, such that, like Anna Maria wrote, when people look at your life in posterity, they're able to look back and say, this is what he or she stood for. This is the impact he or she brought. This is, how the industry, I'm thinking of one of my mentors, Ali Mufaruki, and what he did for the private sector in the private sector. Whereas I know there are people who did things to reform. So number one was, what do you want to be known for? And you need to go back to your values, purpose, vision, and mission for you to have clarity on that. Number two is, do you currently look, speak, act, present, engage in the things, and excel in what you want to be known for? If you do, perfect that thing. If you don't, there is hope, there is grace. You can now start the process of creating, first of all, being clear about what you want to be known for, then creating that image in the minds of others so that you can get opportunities. Number three, if people were to ask people in your field, your industry, maybe colleagues, maybe I don't know, so, people you report to, people you had when you'd gone to school with, or maybe you serve in other capacities. If people were to ask people in your field and search for you online, this one's a good one. Would they find you? If people were to ask people, if people were to mention your name to people in your field, would they say, who's that? Or would they say, yeah, I know them. They're so-and-so and they do this. Oh, they're good. They are good at what they do. And they have this and that, and they serve in this capacity, that way about me. Remember Jeff Bezos said, your personal brand is what people say about you when you leave the room. Basically what people say, about you behind your back. So you kind of want to have lived a life and delivered in a way in your career, in your business, that when you are not there to defend yourself, when people feel no shame to say whatever they please about you, they're going to say something positive. Again, people are people. Your worry is your target audience. If this is your target audience and they do not think that you're worth engaging with, then we have trouble. But we can redress that trouble. We can do something about that trouble because personal branding is ongoing. You continuously do that, which is why you can continuously perfect a skill. You can right the wrongs that you've made. You can produce better quality work. You can continuously evolve and get better. And that's the beauty of personal branding. It's not static. It's not a thing you did once and then you're done. You have to continuously being out there. Now, initially, it might feel mechanical, like, oh, there's so much effort to try to impress, to try to say, to try to do. After a while, it becomes natural. You just live by those values. You just deliver to that level of excellence. You just become, because you by personal branding, you're not trying to be anything you are not. Because at some point, it's going to be too much work to try to be who you're not. It will hurt you. It'll be such an uphill, painful climb. Personal branding is really about bringing the best of you out so that people can see that and engage with that. So even if, let's say, people did a search and people are like, we don't know who you're talking about. Who went there? What year? I don't. They worked here? When? Not good. Number two, search for you online. Nothing. Maybe Facebook profile shows up. Now, depending on what you want to be known for, unless you're building a whole career and future on Facebook, then you need to find a little bit more when you Google your name than your Facebook profile. So you need to think about that as well. And then number four, if they found you, they actually find you on, when they ask people about you, they're like, yeah, we know her, we know him to be this, he's an expert in that, and he's served in this capacity, in that capacity, blah, 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 blah. Or, in doing a Zoom, your name shows up, and your name shows up in things, not just your own website and your own things, you're talking about yourself, but your name shows up even in external third-party reviews and third-party engagements that are related to what you want to be known for. Oh, nice. Bombi, thank you so much for inviting somebody else. So number four, if they found you, would they hear or see you as what you want to be known for? So people do look for you. They ask about you and they find you. Now, in asking about you, in doing a search online about you, if they found you, if they didn't find you, that's a problem. If you have been in your career for years and you are anonymous in your industry, that is a problem. Gosh, I'm so mean. I'm sorry. It is a problem though. Because what kind of personal brand do you have? And anybody who is even listening to creating a personal brand is a person who means to impact their target audience, who means to serve something that they have, that they know other people would find a solution, that other people really need. And so how on earth will they ever access you if they don't even know you exist, right? So it is a problem if people ask about you and nobody has heard of you. It is a problem if we do a search online and we don't find you. That is a problem, apart from finding you on Facebook, of course. Number four, if they find you, would they hear or see you as what you want to be known for? So I want to be known for something, right? That was number one. What do you want to be known for? And I asked you to go back to yesterday's work, checking out your values, purpose, vision, and mission, so that you can say, when I'm 120 and lying in a casket, I'm saying, God, I'm ready to take me home. Well, you said that before you lied on casket, you got on my casket. What will people be saying as they're reading a eulogy, as they're having snacks and cocktails and whatever it is, they're having their meal, pilau, discussing you? What will they say about you? This is what her legacy was. His legacy was, because of him, this was and that, because of her. And then we came back to the present, right? So we started with the future, the picture of what you want to be known for, the picture of what it would look like when you have done what you came to do on earth successfully, when you have fulfilled your vision successfully for your target audience, and not just everybody, but just specifically the people you're called to, because you're not called to everybody. Then now we'll come back to the present. And I asked you, do you currently look, speak, act, present, engage in the things, and excel in the things that you want to be known for, whether it's the next chapter of your life or your future? Then I asked you, number three, if people were to ask other people about you or were to check online for you, would they find you? And I just said right now, and maybe I wasn't so nice, it is a problem. If you want to be a person of impact, if you want to become a powerful personal brand, it is an issue that people be like, who? Huh? When? No. No, I've never heard of them. No, I don't know. No, that you should be no. Why? Because you want to become a powerful personal brand. You want to have impact. And so your target audience should know you. Number two, if you're not online, then it's time to start creating that ongoing, engaging that ongoing process of creating this image and impression of yourself, both in person and online. But of course, we're not going to do anything that doesn't feel authentic, anything anything that's contrived and put on. No, that's not what personal branding is about. Personal branding is about bringing out the best of you and packaging it so that those people that you know you have the solution to can find you and can engage with you. So if they found you and what they hear or see doesn't align with what you want to be known for, okay, maybe not nice. Maybe sometimes it doesn't always have to be negative. It could just be, I'm just not a public person, so I don't have my stuff up there. I just do things at work. It's not like I write anything or I speak anywhere or I post anything. So, no, so people don't know. Or, I lead a very private life. So, honestly, I do my job or I serve my customers and I go home. So you will not hear people talking about me. They don't know me. They don't even know I'm the owner of this business. It's just a thing that runs and it's just out there. So it doesn't have to be that it's negative, that it is scandalous, it dirties your name. No, it doesn't have to be about that. It could just be that you're not visible, yet you're doing great work. And you can work on that. We can work on that. Even if, like I said, in answering that lady who said, I had a bad reputation and I want to be different, but old people remember is then, even then, you can work on creating a new image and impression that you want to have in the minds of others. So number 5, the last question. So what do you need to adjust in your private and professional life to be the picture of what you want people to see? Listen, like I said, we're not out here trying to manipulate people. What we're doing is allowing people to know that we exist, that we're here to serve them. And not just any people, your tribe, your people that you're called to. Because you cannot be called to everybody. Therefore, the people you're not called to, they like you, they don't like you, is none of your business. They're for you, they're not for you, is none of your business. But those you wish to target, to present yourself well so that they can accept you as a person that can influence them. Like John Maxwell said, leadership is about influence, nothing more, nothing less. And when you're serving your purpose, you are leading others towards a certain place. And that's what it means to serve your purpose. When you're serving your purpose, you are the expert in that thing. And you're saying to people, hey, I see your challenges. I see your problems. I have been through this. I'm skilled in this area and I can help you cross. Basically, interviews are about that, aren't they? When we're going for whether it's a job or a business, it's saying, I have what you need. I am the solution to your problem. And the only way you can do that is you so build your personal brand that everything about you reinforces your intention. Everything about you reinforces what you are about. That's why we bother building our personal brands. We're not out here trying to get famous. We're not out here just trying, to have a certain image and whatever so that we can make the money. Because when I am crystal clear on what my personal brand is, and I am crystal clear about who my target audience is and what value I bring to them, I'm not speaking to everybody. And I'm not going to serve in everything. Just because I can do everything doesn't mean I'm going to do everything. But when you're clear about that and when you package that and you present that and you repeatedly live by certain values and you repeatedly align yourself and engage in things that reinforce your vision and your mission, and they see you show up, you're there constantly. They see you, delivering results for people. They see you as the go-to authority in your area. You're able to influence them. By the way, guys, I want you to know this. I don't know why this has come in. You know what we're doing on social media or how businesses will come to you, including myself, right? Do you know on average, it could take people 2 to 3 years of following you, hearing about you, watching you before they decide to buy anything from you? Those are the real statistics. So don't do a thing for a day or two. Don't do a thing for a month or two, a year or two. People have their own minds, free will. of their own volition. These are adults. They choose what to get, and they only do business with people they trust, not just people they like. If they like you, they'll keep liking your pictures and everything, and that's it. But the day you're saying, hey, would you part with your hard-earned shilling, your hard-earned dollar to do business with me, that's when you find out who you mean to them. And sometimes, and it's not even personal, by the way, it's not even personal because they're early adopters, and they're people who kind of wait to suss out and see, what other testimonials are coming out before they jump in. But you now, because you know that personal branding is an intentional, ongoing process to create a specific image or impression of yourself in their minds, in your target audience's minds, you keep showing up. You keep delivering. You keep serving. You keep evolving. You keep looking at how they're responding and how their needs have evolved. And you keep serving them. And that's how you earn, by the way, you earn the personal brand that you have, which then means if you had messed up in your past and your personal brand wasn't good, you can create a new image of yourself. And because it's not just like PR and just putting things out there and talking big, talking smart, taking pictures. No, no, no. It's really about delivering and showing up. You will earn a new image and impression to your target audience, right? Not everybody. If you guys are talking to everybody and they don't give you the feedback you want, I'm sorry, because I didn't send you to speak to everybody. I asked you to get crystal clear about who you are, what you have to offer, and who needs it, and you're speaking to them according to their needs. Which also means, however, whenever you want to pivot, whatever the response is, you can continuously evolve so that you place yourself at the center of what they need. This is what personal branding is about, because it would be such a pity if you're filled with so much that if you were to take it to market, you would transform lives. And if you were to take it to market, the industry would never be the same, that you were bringing an innovation either your country or your region or the world hasn't seen. But you're so packaged in a way that people just can't take that from you. You don't have the image or impression of the person that can deliver that for them. And I have had feedback several times, because you know how real I get. I've had feedback where people are like, no, we don't see you that way. I don't get that. Now, you don't walk away every time saying, well, they weren't even my target audience anyway, so I don't care. No, there are times it's your target audience giving you feedback. Feedback is amazing. Feedback is beautiful. When you get it, kiss the person. Okay, don't kiss anybody right now. We've got COVID. But feedback is critical, because here you are with all your great intentions and you are packed with things that will transform your generation. But if you are not clicking with people, if people do not perceive you as somebody that they can trust, or somebody who's credible, or somebody who's knowledgeable, or somebody who has the experience, or somebody who even cares enough, the relatability to stand with them in their areas, then they won't get it from you, no matter how much you have to give. And so packaging yourself, branding yourself also becomes very critical to your success, because you must deliver this to them. You came to earth with something to deliver to people. And people here, I'm talking about career and businesses. I'm not even preaching it, and I could. I'm not. In your career, in your business, there's a role that you play like no other. I have a client, an executive coaching client. Everywhere he goes, he completely transforms people's individual lives and their families. He is a senior leader in a very sensitive area. How he sees his driver and his personal assistant and their children, and who, where, how, who. He touches individuals everywhere. The guy at the gate, everywhere. And so this is a thing that he carries everywhere he goes. Always has time for everybody, no matter what the level, no matter what their need, to the point where they invite him into their personal life. So I don't know what you have in your career, in your business. I don't know what transformation, what innovation, what solution you're bringing, but building your personal brand is critical to you being able to deliver that, because you're speaking to an audience, to a market that must feel that they can relate with you, that they can start developing brand affinity, and that, brand loyalty, that they can start seeing you as a go-to authority, as the guide who brand affinity, and that they can start seeing you as a go-to authority as in their lives in whatever respect. So whether you're looking to get engaged, in work, or maybe you're looking to get into your promotion, or maybe you're looking to become an industry expert and an influencer, a thought leader, or whether you're looking to get your business noticed, or you want to expand, or maybe you want to diversify, or maybe you want to start speaking to another audience. You will need to be deliberate, first of all, about building your personal brand and building your business brand, so that it is so clear in its communication, in its messaging about what it is about and who it's speaking to, that those people hear their needs being met every time your business engages with them. Those people hear their solutions every time you speak. Those people feel like, how do you know my life? How did you know I needed this? It's as if you were in my house when I was talking to my spouse. It's as if you were there when I was talking to my parents. It's as if you were there when my colleagues and I were talking about the challenges that we're facing. This is what personal branding is. That you can show up in a context. I'm getting goosebumps and I'm speaking, but just relax. That you can show up in a context and without trying too much, being overtly sassy and sweaty to earn your buck, just in the way you're communicating with people, they say, my goodness, where have you been all our lives? Our business has put out all kinds of calls for proposals, all kinds of tenders, all kinds of things. Where have you been? You do, my goodness, if more people were like you. We are so glad that you even answered this ad. You think you're gonna have trouble negotiating your pay, with that kind of performance? So let's build a personal brand. We're continuing this thing tomorrow because I'm getting a little carried away. Tomorrow we continue. We've started out with identifying what personal branding is and our personal brand. So you can go to Purposeful Excellence on YouTube, and on the playlist, Become a Powerful Personal Brand, you will see yesterday's video. Today is how to build a brand. So I asked you these questions and I pointed you back to yesterday. Thank you so much for the likes. And I pointed you back to yesterday's work so that you can go back and start writing down, what do I want to be known for? So where do I stand as regards this right now? And then we're going to talk tomorrow then about how to position your personal brand. So now that I'm clear about who I am and what I want to be known for, how do I get the people who I want to speak to know that I'm here and to be able to engage with me? And so that'll be being very clear about your target audience, very clear about what it is you serve, and also packaging then what you have to offer so that people can see it. It is visible, it is accessible, they can reach it. They can easily, if it is a paid service, they can easily pay for it. We'll talk about all of that tomorrow. I pray that this has been of value to you guys. I absolutely enjoy my role on this planet. I enjoy connecting with you guys. I enjoy serving you. It is my life's utter pleasure. My husband knows this, my kids know this. I believe in what you're going to do to transform your spheres of influence. And I will leave no stone unturned until I equip you with everything that you need in your careers, in your businesses, as leaders to excel and to transform your country, your world, my world, our world as we know it. Have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon, evening, and I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Thank you, Bombi. Thank you, Minera. Thank you, Nuru, Imani, Lucy. Hey, Lucy, Grayson, Patricia. Hey, Pat, Aljunaid, Victor. Hi, Chazo. Val, Anna Maria, thank you, thank you, thank you. Baruna, thank you, guys. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Anna Maria. Thank you so very much. All right, see you guys tomorrow. Everything I do here and a lot extra. I have now 17, 18 videos on personal branding, on Purposeful Excellence. So if you haven't already subscribed, guys, subscribe. I'm not just doing this for the money, even if I'm doing it for the money. I really am doing this to equip you so that you have the resources to excel. I'm not there when you're going for interviews. I'm not there when you're bidding and writing proposals for your businesses. I'm not there when you are, struggling with how many people you're getting for your ministry. But I am here now and I have the resources for you. So please use them and go excel. Your success is my success. Much love. Bye. Let me move this here and stream.